Hey guys, welcome back to Crafting in the Shadows with Gatekeeper. You are going to be hearing some of Baby Keeper going on. You may also see him glimpses, depending on how nosy he wants to be. But let's go ahead and get into it. Today we are going to be unboxing like a top. Today we're going to be unboxing a very big, yeah, bud, very big, greatly anticipated gift that I got for me and for the wife for Christmas. Obviously this video is coming out much later than Christmas, and that was due to COVID and everything going on. It was very delayed shipping. But what we are unboxing is Jazza's Ultimate Creativity Collection. We got all 3 boxes in this. Unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, I cannot get this out as soon as this video out as soon as I wanted. I was going to try and get people to go buy it with this video, but unless you're seeing this the day it comes out, then more than likely we're already past the deadline, which is January 31st. And for me, that is today. So if you're watching this video after I make this, then more than likely it's already too late, and hopefully you were able to get one. But very nice art piece that's on there. And the reason I brought up the technical difficulty is this video is more of a re-unboxing. So I unboxed mine on a video, and I put it all away. The wife went through hers, but because she's pregnant and hasn't been really feeling too well, put everything back in its boxes. And because of when I noticed that my video did not edit, or when I went to go edit it, it only recorded the first 2.5 minutes. So thankfully, because the wife has not gone through hers and put it away, I'm able to redo the video. So let's dive into it, shall we? The first one we're going to be doing is the Incredible Inky Box. Now this is the one that, so me and the wife each have our favorite. Hers is the sculpture box, mine is the Mega Mini box. And the other ones are bonuses for us. So the Inky box is probably in 3rd place for both of us. Just because neither of us have really been into calligraphy and that kind of stuff. But we wanted to get the Ultimate box because you'll see that bonus for getting the Ultimate box later. But let's dive into the Inky box, shall we? Each box comes with a booklet, a little mini guide on what all comes in it and how to use it. With this one, it shows you different ways of doing calligraphy. And then, as you can see, Jazza wrote his name out, so he at least gives you the letter Z here. But if you look, he wrote out the alphabet and he forgot the Z. Come on, Jazza. What is this? It's literally in your name and you forgot that letter. So it comes, like I said, it shows everything, how to use it, the different watercolor and metallic inks. It also has the alcohol inks that come in it. 3 different colors and then the rainbow one. What's nice about the alcohol inks is if you have a 3D printer and you use clear translucent resin, you can get a nice kind of see-through magical effect with the alcohol ink. You have to use latex paint on it to not have it get primed. And then it has that sweet effect on it. I have a few other minis that have that done, but I can show you that in a different video. So, comes with this cappuccino dark or light brown, really high quality paper. We also have a Fabriano grid style notebook. We also got 10, I believe 10 sheets of Durabrite paper. It has, it's a thicker kind of paper that allows for the alcohol ink to not absorb into it, and it dries on it and has a really cool effect. We also got a 4-pack of Elegant Writer pens. I think it's one 2-point-millimeter, two 2.5 millimeters, and one 3-point-millimeter pen. We also got, like I said, the alcohol inks. We got tangerine. Yep, tangerine. This is the kind of color. We got the rainbow metallic one. This one has a little metal bead in it to unsettle the little glitter gel things in there. Then we got aqua green. And then we got amethyst. And this was actually, I have a few other bottles already, but amethyst was the one I used on that portal. As I said, I did my first unboxing video and put my stuff away. The white stuff is still kept in all of its packaging, as she has not had a chance to put it away in her art area. So the next thing we got is the Aqua Ink watercolor. I have actually not ever seen or used this brand, but from everything that I have read, it's a very high quality, high art grade paint. We got cyan, sunshine yellow, and carmine red. You don't need another one. I literally just gave you a bunch of chunks, bud. He wants all of my cereal bars. One bite from each one. We also got the Pearlex metallic calligraphy powders that you can use to make your own metallic kind of inks with to write with. Got blue, we got a rose gold, we got like an Aztec gold, and then we got 3 containers of Guam Arabic. That would be these 3 right here. They're all labeled their numbers, so that way if you end up wanting to buy more of a specific one, you can get it, or you can try out the other ones on the website. I'm sure they have other colors. And then this is the big piece. I forgot. We got 2 big paintbrushes for the watercolor, and then we got, firstly, Jazz's face, but we also got a very nice high quality glass dip pen with a bunch of other dip tips, and then a inkwell pen holder, and then a jar of ink that thankfully did not leak. I've seen some other unboxings of this video and the people were not as lucky and their jars leaked all in that bag. So thankfully ours did not. But that is the Inky box. this all put back for the wife. You don't need that one, bud. Yeah. The next one is the wife's #1 favorite out of this set. Yeah, that's for you, bud. And this is the sculpture box. So with this box, there really isn't one big #1 item in this because it's all basically high grade stuff and stuff that you can't get for the most part normally. Well, some of the stuff you can't get normally, but there's a few things you can. As always, what comes in it, how to use it, what the different aspects of each item is, you know, how to make sculpture, armature, how to actually go about doing the different things in this box. So we got 4 different paintbrushes, and these ones are included in this box because there is a big box of chalk pastel, and if you scrape it up a little bit, you can use these brushes to paint it onto the uncured clay, and it'll make it have a hue to it before you cure it, and you don't have to worry about painting it after if you do a thick enough coat of it. And in regards to what I said at the beginning of the video, how this is my wife's box, normally these do not come, again, Jazz's face, normally these don't come in this bag all pre-rolled up. The wife already put it away, but we got a burnisher tool with a few different types of tips, and then we got 5 different style rubber tip sculpting tools, and then we got the triangle, the right angle circle, and then the texture kind of like poker tool, to allow you to put a texture on the clay so it'll stick, like other clay will stick to it better. I don't know, not a sculptor, so. If anything, this and the 2 pieces of, the 2 chunks of clay are probably the #1 items in this kit, because this is a very high quality, heavy steel tool set for sculpting. Got all the different ends. Like these are like very weighted tools. I got my wife these cheaper wooden ones. It was like a 60-piece set. With all sorts of different tools in it, but these ones are like surgical level tools, and that one had a very sharp tip, and I just poked myself. That hurt. So we got 3 different cutting blades. The long one is a rigid blade. The short one is a flexible straight edge blade, and then the one in the middle is a kind of wavy, I mean, really, I don't see the point in it unless you're like making a little like house sculpture and you're trying to make a white picket fence kind of deal, and it gives you that triangle tip. Other than that, I'm not a sculptor. I don't know the point of that one. We got 32 feet of armature wire. It shows in the little booklet that if you use tinfoil, you can actually use less of this, and it makes it have a lot more weight to the sculpture. We got a acrylic, I believe it's acrylic, clay roller. This will actually come in handy for more than just rolling out clay with my hobby of miniature painting and dioramas and stuff like that. So we got I believe this is a 1 pound, doesn't say it, but I believe this is a 1 pound block of monster clay. And with this clay, you can actually sculpt something, leave it out for a week, it'll keep its form, and then you can smash it down and re-sculpt something else out of it. It does not, it is not supposed to be cured. It will hold its shape, and it is reusable. So that is really nice, I think. You can also heat it up in the microwave, a chunk of it, and it'll turn into like a really hot soup kind of texture. And in the book, it goes over how you can actually use that to sculpt with, or add layering kind of to it. But it is extremely hot. It says in there you will burn yourself if you're not careful. We got a ½ pound cosplay. It's by the same people. This is this one is a curable clay. I mean, I guess you don't have to cure it, and you can reuse it, but it may not hold its shape. And the nice thing about this one, though, when you cure it, like you can see in the picture, this guy has ears. If you watch Jazz's video on this, these ears are actually flexible, like your ears are, and they won't break off when you cure it. So that's nice. So we got chalk pastels. You can use these for obviously different chalk medium style art, but the nice thing is if you scrape it up with that other paintbrush set, you can take the paint and paint it onto your clay and then cure it, and it'll have that color in its cured form. And then the last thing in this box is 1 1/4 pound of Sculpey 3 clay. All the different base colors, black, white, and a few extras. This is just so you have, you know, I guess the ability to sculpt more things without using your nicer clay, the monster clay and the cos clay. But this one is, I believe, also oven cured, so you could really use this with the cos clay for different, like making an eye or making teeth or, you know, whatever kind of sculpture you're doing. It just won't have the same flexibility that the cos clay does. That is it for this box. Now we are on to my preferred box. It also just happens to be the biggest box. Oh, something else is, although that big art piece that's on the outer wrapping box of this is the 3 pictures from the bottom of each of these boxes meshed together, like photoshopped together and overlapping and whatnot to make it be one big art piece. So, saving, in my personal opinion, the best box for last. We got a plug, firstly. Go watch Jazza on Tabletop Time. This is really good role-playing role-playing game videos. They also do minis on Monday, and they do a whole bunch of different things that's miniature diorama hobby related. So we got the last guide here. This is a custom art from Jazza. He did this a while back, and this is a glimpse at the special bonus for getting the Ultimate Creativity box. But again, all the different things that come in here, how to use them. I'm not going to go in depth over this. Maybe when I actually do a video using each of these boxes, we can have story time and I can read what's in here or skim over it for you. But so this Army Painter Jazza Collection box, you literally cannot get anywhere else. It comes with a masterclass brush, the nicest Kolinsky sable hair brush that you can really get, and a base coating brush, and like a hobby dry brushing kind of brush. It also comes with 12 paints: black, white, green, goblin green, crystal blue, dragon red, demonic yellow, barbarian flesh, fur brown, oak brown, greedy gold, plate metal, and a strong tone wash. It also has basing stuff, battleground pebbles, battlefield rocks, swamp tufts, summer growth grass, battlefield grass, and snow. It also has tweezers, a gloss varnish, and a brush on primer. But I will show you what all is in here. If you've ever gotten anything from Army Painter, you're going to get one of these with basically anything you order, and even sometimes multiple times. If you get multiple orders, they throw this in with like everything they sell. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but I have like 5 of them. But like I said, you got your primary colors: red, green, red, blue, yellow. You got green, a white, a black, wood brown, fur brown, and these two are kind of like a flesh tone. I find that if you mix them together, you get more of a Caucasian kind of color than one of these by themselves. And then a brush on primer. So if you don't have access to spray can primer, this is very good. It's just, I mean, this bottle will only get you so far. I think it's 18 milliliters. It's good for what it is. It's just, it will only get you so far, so you'll need to get more. So we also got the here. You got the gold, the gloss varnish, the metal, and then the wash. The wash you use over your painted object, and it'll seep into the recess, cracks, and crevices, and it'll just make everything pop out so much better. I can open it. So we got the 3 brushes. We got little cork rocks. We got grass tufts. We got little tiny pebbles. We got static grass that you can put on. You just use some super glue or regular Elmer's glue, spread it out, and then lay that down on it. We got snow. We got moss. And then a very nice Army Painter tweezer set. We got the fine tip precision one, and then we got the like your average Walmart style tweezers. But it's nice that they come in a 2-pack like this together. This is a very nice starter set for someone just getting into the hobby. It shows you all the different kinds of materials you can get. Granted, you don't need all of this, but It is nice to have all of it in excess, so that way anytime you want to do a base or a diorama, you can do the grass and the different scenic aspects to it. And real quick, this box was $366 or something like that. It's valued at over $745. This, which you can never get anywhere else in this kind of collection box, is about a $120 box by itself. Just this set is $120. So that's a third of the value right here. So we got an Excel blade with extra blades. We got Loctite super glue for gluing minis together. We got precision edge, flat side edge cutters for cutting screws or different aspects, like if you want to do kit bashing. We got Milliput. This is really nice for filling in cracks on minis, or you can use this to actually sculpt yourself a mini. This is a very nice kind of epoxy, two-part epoxy putty, but you can't sculpt with it. There's another, this is like a sister brand to the one I have. It's a Neatite green stuff, two-part epoxy putty. The nice thing about Milliput is if you use water on it, you can like smooth it out, or you know, you can use water to affect the way it looks, and it gives you the ability to texture it more, whereas green stuff is just really sticky and doesn't have the same aspect to it with water. We got wood glue for gluing all the basing stuff down. We got a Masterson's Stay Wet palette. I don't know if it's a Style Wet palette, I don't care, it's a Stay Wet palette. It comes with the sponge and the paper that you need for it, but if you're going to be doing minis, I would recommend saving the paper that comes with it and going and buying like Reynolds parchment paper, or if you have Walmart, the Great Value knockoff parchment paper. And so cut it to size this way from side to side, but leave like a couple of inches extra on the top and bottom, so you can, after you get the sponge wet, lay one half down, pull up the other half, tuck the parchment paper under it, lay that down until it's flush and flat, and then pick up the other half and lay out the parchment underneath it, so that way the parchment's held in place. I learned that the hard way with my other palette. I have a much larger Masterson's palette, and I didn't wrap it around the sponge, and I let it sit for too long without the lid on it while I was painting, and the edges started like drying and curling up, and I couldn't get them to lay back down. So that's a little pro tip right there. We also got styrofoam cork board, and in the middle is a chunk of foam core. You can peel off the little paper on the foam core and texture it. If you have a texture roller, or if you just use a pencil and an X-Acto knife, you can texture it to make it look like wood or cobblestone. We got Puppets War Jazzy Strikers. You can get some of these guys probably in other sets, but you cannot get Jazz's head except for in this special collection. Jazz's head right there. What's really nice about this is it comes with all the different pieces to make the 5 guys. It comes with the bases, it comes with a wing set for one guy, all the bodies, and this is why the sprue cutter was included, because you gotta clean these up. But it also comes with 2 different size magnets, so you can make the different parts swappable. And I'm glad to see these magnets in it here, because I got the smaller one of the 2, the one that's on top. If you can see, my camera is not the greatest at auto-focusing, but I got like 500 of the smaller ones, and I thought it would be too small for minis, so I'm glad to see those in here. But we got like the shields and secondary weapons, Got all the different heads in here. See if I can find. Okay, it doesn't want to be clear on here. I'm going to pull it out for you. We got Jazz's head that does not want to focus. So yeah, the Army Painter box, that was $120. This one, I believe, was $100 value. So right there, that's $220 of the $365 that you're paying for everything. So we're at $220 out of the $366 or something like that. I can't remember what it ended up being. And that's just on the 2 items. That's not counting anything else in any of the boxes. We got a 6-well. I don't think it's actually called a dry palette, but it's a dry palette because the other palette's a wet palette in my book. We got a custom sculpture done by Jazza. This also is valued at, I believe, $100. Has all the different little pieces to make it and assemble it and whatnot. So with this sculpture, the Jazzy Strikers and the Army Painter limited collection starter set, we're at $320. So I mean, you can already see that everything else basically in this box is free. And all 3 boxes are free. I mean, the Excel razor blade, you know, $8, $6, something like that. The Excel sprue cutters, another $8. The Millie Putt, $8. The Stay Wet palette, $15. So just between those 4 items, we're at $360. So basically everything else everything in the other 2 boxes is free, and you're paying for 4, 5, 6 items in this box, and everything else in this box is free. So it's a really, really good value. We got a self-healing cutting mat, which has a face on it. But again, another Jazza face. He really wants to be in everyone's houses, I swear. And then probably what I would say is the most epic part of this whole Ultimate box is a signed print of Jazza's artwork. And because we got 2 Ultimate boxes, we got 2 prints of his art. I'm probably going to frame one and put it in my art studio that we are in. The only downside to this is he marked the first one as number 1, and he marked the last one as, I believe it was like 5,000. And as you can see, no mark. So we did not get the first or the last signed one. We got somewhere in the middle. So this is the Ultimate Creativity box. I'm not going to actually do anything with them right now. I just wanted to do this unboxing for you guys, so you guys could see everything that would come in it. I'm going to try and get this video up today. If you watch it today, January 31st, I think you have until midnight to order this box. I don't think you'll get it, honestly, until like April, because of how back ordered they are because of COVID. But you will get it. You just gotta have some patience. It was very hard for me to find my patience. Like I said, there were some other issues with my order that I won't get into. But I'm going to try and get this video up today so that way you guys can watch it and decide if it's worth you spending that money on it. Like I said, it's $365 for the Ultimate Box. You cannot get the Sculpture Box by itself. If you want the Sculpture Box, you have to get the Ultimate Box. But again, I believe the Ultimate Box is so much more worth it because you're paying less than half of the value, or about half the value of everything that comes in all three boxes, and really it's on three major items in the mini box, and everything else is free. The entire Sculpture Box will be free if you get the Ultimate Box. But in the upcoming videos, I will be using those boxes, and I will be shouting out the box that I use, and showing off the different aspects of what I'm using from each box. If you have any ideas of what I should do, sculpture wise, I have zero talent in sculpture and calligraphy, but if you want to see me try it, I will. Just give me a shout out with your idea down in the comments below. But as always, like, subscribe, hit the bell if you haven't, and stay tuned for more. For those who don't know already, I'll give you a little brief intro of what this channel is about. It's all to do with tabletop gaming, miniatures, dioramas, battle mat scenes, different aspects to do with that nature. The steps behind it, you know, airbrushing minis, hand painting minis, setting up a diorama scene, how I go about building it, all those different steps. I mean, I'm not going to shy away from the sculpture or the calligraphy because I have those boxes now, but like I said, this is more focused around the miniatures and the dioramas for them, 3D printing them. You know, there might be a video on my cleaning and priming and painting process, like a 3-part little mini series. You know, there's a lot of ideas brewing for this channel, and I'm definitely excited to be making this content for you guys. So, like I said, thank you for joining. If you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. I will have comments down below, or I will have a few links down below for Discord, for Patreon, for my Facebook page. I'm setting up a Facebook page if you want to order minis that I have licenses to sell. Otherwise, you can basically rent my printer if you don't have a printer but have files that you want to print. You just got to send me the files, so that way I know that you physically own them. There are some companies that I get files from that I don't have licenses to sell yet, so I can't sell those ones as much as I know people want them. I am working on trying to get licenses for everything that I have, though. So those different pages will have updates when I have licenses for the different ones. But go check out those links, and thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you when you're watching this.